Sonny, Joey, 500. Got some goats in the building.
Get ready for a shakedown.
Prepare for a shakedown. We from Philly where they clap like huddles when they break down. Get ready for a shakedown. We underdogs, my guy. Kinda used to all the hate now. Prepare for it, man. Y'all get it. My QB got swag. My wideout is award winning. This fly was fly. Joey and 500. Like and subscribe. Yeah. Here's a quote you can sing back. Shake squad up and don't be a dingbat. It's a shakedown.
Don't you frown. Here comes the shakedown.
Let's go.
Yo, by the way, King Dingbat here, and welcome to another Philly Shakedown podcast, the post-Christmas Eve, post-Dallas Cowboys stream we didn't do because it was Christmas. What is going on, everybody? What's up, Joey? How are you?
I'm good, man. How was your Christmas? How was everything with you this week?
Oh, it was good. It was good. It took me a little bit, like Christmas Eve took me a little while to get going in the mood because I was all wound up from the game. But after that, dude, it's been good, man. It's been good. I'm enjoying this week. To me, it's like one big week of celebration. So I'm still on holiday mode right now, at least through New Year's.
I get it.
How was yours?
It was good. I hung out with the family. It was nice just to relax and take some time off YouTube for the day, and it was nice. It was good. It was definitely well needed. So it was well needed.
Yeah, well, we got the stretch run is coming. It is coming. What is going on, everybody? I see a lot of people here. Of course, Westy Rock's here because they won.
Of course.
Texas Boy's here. Brennan's here. Jason's here. Twits, what's going on? Yeah, a lot of Cowboy guys. Jason Rhodes. Jerry Blows Cowboys. What's up, Wicked One? Yeah, that's a great name. Godzilla, Brennan, Chris Scott is here. A lot of people here. George is here. So I mean, let's just jump right into it. Of course, Christmas Eve game did not go as we wanted it to go, as we envisioned it to go. I think there were mistakes on both sides of the ball.
Yes.
I think the Eagles. Too many mistakes, man. And I swear to you, once they hit that 3rd and 30, I felt like in my mind, I was like, this is over. How are you going to win this game?
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, that was the killer. That was the killer play.
Yeah. What did you think about Minshew overall, his performance?
I mean, statistically, like with some of his throwing, he threw off the back of his foot a lot during the game. But obviously, when you don't, it's just. The guy didn't have he had 3 days of practice the whole week with the ones and getting prepared for this game, but I had a lot more. I felt really good about him going into this game. I mean, I forgot what the passing yards he had, like 350, I forgot how much he had. Like his passing yards are great, but obviously the 4 turnovers and especially the 20 points that you just gave away, and 3 of them were short field. It wasn't good. There were a lot of mistakes were made. You can't mess up on handoffs. You can't fumble the football. Miles Sanders with 2 fumbles. It was a disaster. And I think that what you said about the 3rd and 30, you're playing cover 2 and, you just mess up the whole game at that point. And we weren't prepared for it. It just wasn't.
I sure miss Jim Schwartz's sticks defense.
Yeah, I know.
At that point, 3rd and 30 is unacceptable, man. It's just unacceptable. Godzilla, man, thank you for super chat. Says, I'm all out of whiskey. All out of whiskey because I lost my Trubisky. I know Philly was right to say that the Bears still stink. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I just the 3rd and 30 thing shocked me. Like it was crazy because we were up 10 points twice in this game, right? And when it was what was it? It was 20. What was the score at halftime? I forget. It was it 20 to 17? I can't remember what it was.
Yeah, I forgot.
20,
I have
something
to
like
go.
that.
Yeah.
But the Eagles go up and they stop Dallas on the opening possession. They go down and they score. And then I'm thinking they're gonna pull away now. Here we go.
Right.
And they then you have this like fumble out of nowhere. Like what? How do you fumble that ball? Boston Scott and Minshew, you can't fumble that ball and just give them the ball back. And 10 points got erased like instantaneously. It was pathetic, man.
Oh, it messes up. It's just I don't know. Well, why is Boston Scott even as a running back? Like, he barely gets snaps at running back, but yet you put him there when he's mostly now a full-time kick returner, which I don't know why they're using him. Why is he even lined up? Don't know.
I don't get it either. But I mean, it was like nobody did anything. They just screwed up, and you can't do things like that. You know, you're not gonna last.
I agree.
You know,
no,
you hear me?
Yeah, you're good. You're fine.
You can't hear me. Hold on. All right, you hear me now?
AirPods. Yeah, I hear you.
You hear me?
Hear you?
I don't know. It's stupid
Good.
AirPods.
Okay.
Yeah, somebody's probably trying to go on their phone with theirs, and it's connecting me. Oh, it says Philly 500 is a doofus, but kind of funny, though. Thank you very much. But Joey is the biggest F-bombing, whining, sniveling, negative complainer ever, loser. Man, you're just full of compliments.
Dude, I love it. I mean, if I'm not an Eagles fan, how am I not complaining about things? I should be complaining about something.
I just wish I wasn't the doofus.
I don't know. He called me a lot of names there.
I'd rather be some of those other names.
Oh, man, the hate is real.
Doofus. But, yeah, I mean, you know, just too many mistakes. You know, I think it was both offensive and defense. I listened to Jonathan Gannon today trying to explain that 3rd and 30. I just am like, dude, he has no good answer for it at all. At all. You know. Geo Dude, member for 8 months of Dingbat Nation, man. Thank you so much. You didn't say anything, but thank you for the support you give, man. It means a lot. Let me catch this one. That one Eagles fan, 1986, for Super Chat. He goes, "What's up, fellas? Appreciate the shakedown." Thank you, man.
Yeah.
Appreciate you. Thank you. DH Eagle, my man, what's up? He goes, "The fact that we played that bad and the game was that close speaks volumes, in my opinion." I agree. I said this during my my stream. I said, you know, it's funny because the Eagles were up, yet the Eagle fans acted like we were down, and the Cowboy fans acted like they were winning by 20. That showed you how good the Eagles are. The fact that, you know what I mean? That's what it really showed you. You know, Dallas made the plays, we didn't. That's all I can say. I'm not going to make any excuses. I did have a tirade on that fumble though, where Reddick strips the ball, and then it looked like Joseph got it, and then the Cowboy guy came in and they gave it to the Cowboys. Boy, I was livid.
Look,
and then we get a sack, and then they get 3rd and 30.
Yeah, they beat us fair and square, dude. At the end of the day, they beat us fair and square. They put their best on the field. We put our best on the field that was available, and that's it. Like, we know what wasn't on the field. We're not going to stoop down to that level, but we know how much a difference Jalen Hurts is on the field. And I thought from Gardner Minshew he would be a little bit more better in the pocket. I felt like I've seen more of that last year, even though he only played one game last year. But I felt like I just seen a little bit more. But he was a statue, man. Like, you take away, they're just focused on Miles Sanders. They're just focused on, not to mention, like, if things do work in this offense, especially with the run game, why is Kenneth Gainwell getting 42% of the snaps on crucial 3rd downs in red zone, trying to dive from behind the offensive line early? Like, why is Kenneth Gainwell why isn't Miles Sanders a 1,000-yard rusher? Why isn't he being used in these really important aspects of the game?
Yeah, they don't use them. They don't use them on 3rd down. I don't know why they don't like to use Miles Sanders on 3rd down. But you know, it was what it was. I mean, Dallas made less mistakes. They battled back every time we went up, and they won, flat out beat us. Like I say, Cowboy fans, you might have won the battle, but the war is still ongoing because there's a very, very strong likelihood. And I mean strong likelihood. I think an 85% chance we will see Dallas in the playoffs.
Yeah.
I truly believe we're going to see them. You know,
yeah,
I had a great Christmas, Wesley Rocks. I had a great Christmas. You know why? Because I didn't have to sweat the loss because you guys choked the week before to the Jaguars. So you really let us off the hook. Can you imagine being in a situation right now where Dallas would have beat us? Jalen Hurts is hurt. We're 1 game up and 2 games left to play, and they have the tiebreaker. Now that's a nerve-wracking situation. Okay, so Dallas kind of let us off the hook the week before.
Yeah.
Dallas is really essentially playing for the 5th seed, and we're playing for the 1 seed.
Maybe I'm wrong, but if Dallas won that Jags game, right? If they won that Jags game, do you think Hurts would have played because it was going to be such a pivotal game, or do you think they rested him and said no? You don't think so?
I don't think they would have played him.
Okay.
I don't think they would play. I think he might play this.
I'm
week.
just wondering. That's all.
Play this week. No, I don't think they would have played him, but you never know. But I mean, a situation like being one game out with you're not sure what's up with him. I mean, that's a pretty pressured situation. They really, by losing the Jags, they really took us off the hook there. You know.
Oh, 100%.
So, and they got to play Thursday. I expect them to win, but all the Eagles have to do is beat the Saints, and we'll talk about that in a second too.
Right.
Jason Rhodes, thank you for Super Chat. He goes, my neighbor 5-head Darren lost a spelling bee today at the local laundromat. He's really mad, but wanted to know what's the offensive line going to be. Well, sorry about his spelling contest. What do you mean? What's the offensive line with Lane Johnson out? I'm assuming Driscoll's going to be at right tackle. No,
right.
And thank you for Super Chat.
He will.
So Driscoll will be there. Yeah. I see your 3rd and 30. I see it. Cowboy fans, are you guys set? Are you happy? Is your season made? Did you win your Super Bowl? Because we're getting ready for the playoffs over here. I don't know what you guys are doing. You still talking about the game? Fat Folder 93, member for 8 months of Dingbat Nation, man. Shout out to you. He goes, funny how we lose 2, then suddenly we're frauds. I know. We lost 2 games all year.
And they dropped 6 power rankings.
We did. We dropped 6.
We dropped to the 6th spot, and Dallas, I think, is in the top. Wow. I think top 5 now. Yeah.
Wow. They forget that we beat Dallas once. It's not like Dallas swept us. We split with them. You know. So it's crazy. It's your boy Joe Higashi. Legit late kicks is 500. What up, W500 and Fat Boy Joey Shakes? How goes the eggnog and Pop-Tarts? I'm all out of Pop-Tarts. Tough loss. Cowboys humbled you, but remember the bet a second round of playoffs. Sal, I don't know what bet he's got with you, man. But you ain't telling me because I don't have any bet with him.
I have no idea.
You know,
I have no idea.
I don't have any bet with him. John, David Superchat goes, those damn laundromat spelling bees. I guess so. You know, I think, I mean, it was a tough game. It was a tough game. But at the end of the day, we went down the field. We were in a position to win that game. Like, I really thought we were going to steal that game. You know, I'm surprised we didn't, you know. But it just didn't go. It didn't go our way. Now, you know, now we're in a situation where we have to win one of the next 2 games, just one of them, and everything's clinched. Home field and the division. I think you got to go all in versus Saints this week. I think this is where you got to try to win. You know, because you need to rest your players. You need guys who are injured to get rest,
right?
And you need to have it locked up. You don't need to go in that last week of the season playing around with the Giants. You know,
you can't look over this. You can't really look past this game either because the Saints could be winning their division. Like they're actually playing for something this week. So don't take it easy on them. Like, you know, they're a team that have struggled this year, but I mean that whole division's a mess. But you know, they're dealing with a lot of injuries. You know, I mean, go ahead. You're good.
I want to ask you a question, and it's about the game. I want to go back to the game for a second because do you feel that Gannon was once again showing Dak Prescott too much respect?
Yeah. No, I
definitely thought that. I mean, I thought he was 16-18 in the first half.
Yeah, I thought
bring pressure.
Yeah, no, I thought there was a time where there was no consistent pressure. Like, you know, obviously, like they were using a lot of Avonte Maddox, and I think you know, obviously the sack that should have been a sack, but Dak ended up getting the first down on it. That was kind of ruined. That whole drive kind of killed it.
Yeah.
I just think they kind of backed up. They backed off a little bit. You know, and yeah, that's pretty much it. I thought they did it in the second half.
Yeah, I thought in that first half they weren't aggressive as much as I would have liked to see.
Right.
Obviously, the 3rd and 30, they're not aggressive at all. And I can understand if you're going to play back. You know why they played a cover 2 is beyond me though. To be honest with you, in that position, You should never have played that.
Yeah, that play, I was saying to
my
that play, I was shocked he didn't have everybody back. I was shocked he didn't, because this guy never wants to give up the big play. But
yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was. I really don't.
And Avonte Maddox going out in that game killed us.
Yeah,
Josiah Scott stinks.
Horrible.
He stinks. All right, he stinks. Now we got to do something, because they had CD right there in the slot. He was on CD. Why do you not put like your best corner on CD Lamb and let him follow, just shadow him around wherever he goes? I don't understand. It's things like that I don't get with Jonathan Gannon,
Yeah, that has to be fixed, which I think there's, obviously we'll talk about the injuries and stuff later, but hopefully the Eagles have a couple options. And I don't think they're rolling with Josiah Scott this week, so we'll see.
No. Chris B, David Super Chat goes, better beat the Saints or the pressure's on. Listen, I'm not in panic mode or anything. I'm cool, I'm chill. But if you lose to the Saints, I'm going to be nuts. I'm going to be nervous as hell, because that's bad. Now the Giants, I don't know what they have to do to clinch a playoff spot, but my hope is that they're clinched coming into that game.
Yeah, hopefully.
Do you think Hurts plays?
They have it on the hush right now. Like I don't know if, I'm not really sure, to be honest. I really don't. I mean, we'll probably not find out until Saturday, but because remember the reports that came out before the game about, if depending on what happens, Jake Glazer, but depending on what happens with this game, Hurts will push the play, and then there was rumors that he'll be out the Cowboys game and the Saints game. Like, I don't know, is his shoulder that bad? I mean, he was moving around the sideline. He was lifting his arms up and everything. He didn't seem like he was in a lot of pain. So Kelsey said he didn't seem. I don't know. I'm not sure. So I really don't know.
I don't know. I don't know either. I think they're not going to. I don't think they're going to play him. My guess is I don't think they're going to play him.
Wow.
But it wouldn't surprise me. I think if you can play him, you got to play him. You got to try to lock this thing. You got to try to finish it now,
Yeah.
Philly for Life says Hurts needs to play. It's going to be interesting to see. Monk says Eagles won against a backup, and Dallas has beaten by more points. I just, that's such a stupid comment, because you're saying Dallas only lost to a backup. Well, can we not say the same thing for the Eagles? I mean, I didn't even bring that up. We haven't even brought that up as an excuse.
Never brought it up. I never brought that up.
And then you say, and you were beaten by more points. That somehow justifies. Come on.
Stupid.
Come on. Cowboy fans, stop it. Take your win. Be happy and get ready for the playoffs.
You won. Like, congratulations.
Congratulations. You deserve it. But now we got to go to the playoffs.
Right.
JMB says, did we mention Devontae is insane? Hall of Fame catches. Oh, Devontae Smith is, dude. He is everything I thought he would be.
Got that 1K, baby. Got the
guy.
1K.
He's awesome. He's
so
awesome.
Good.
Yeah, rooting for Titans. I will be streaming that game on Thursday. So Dallas plays Tennessee in Tennessee on Thursday. Now, I think Tennessee's beating the hell, so Dallas should beat them. But we know Dallas, they have a tendency to play down to their competition. They'll feel themselves. They're going to feel great all week that they beat the Eagles. And then they overlook the team they're playing. If Dallas loses, the Eagles would clinch the division with the Dallas loss. Not home field, but they would clinch the division. So it's an important game for us. Right. And I will definitely be streaming that. Jaden says, what's up, Philly and Joey? Before I started watching you guys, I wasn't real invested in a lot of extra information about the NFL. But now I know a lot from you guys. Well, thank you, Jaden, man.
Thanks, Jaden.
We appreciate that, man.
Thank you.
Appreciate that so much. Yeah, thank you. Titans winning again. I don't know if the Titans are going to win.
I don't think they're winning this game. I really don't.
I don't either. Unless Dallas overlooks them.
Right.
Which Dallas has done before. They've done it before.
Mm-hmm.
Most outside corners can't play slot. It's different. The one thing with Darius Slay is he's one of these guys, and he'll tell you, he would rather go up against the number one wide receiver no matter where he is on the field. That's what corners like him, that's what gets them really hyped up and pumped up. He wants to go man-to-man and shut down a guy. What do you think he did against Justin Jefferson? They moved Justin Jefferson all around. He shadowed him, and he shut him down. That's the way Slay is. You've got to let your best corners play man-to-man on him. I thought that was such a mistake by the Eagles.
It was horrible. Yeah.
And it took them too long to adjust.
I agree.
Yeah, they're pissing me off with the extra shit like they're about to win the division. Yeah, they that was literally their Super Bowl. The thing is hey, you won, great. But if the Eagles beat the Saints, it means nothing. Everything is over. We go to the playoffs. Everybody's 0-0. Phil Davis super chat. He goes, pregame I told Howie to tell Jonathan Gannon to run more man. His response was making fun of my hard part comb over hair. What? He was making fun of your hair. What?
I think Phil had I think he FaceTimed. I think he FaceTimed Howie. I think he FaceTimed him.
You FaceTimed? Wait, he FaceTimed Howie.
Yeah, I think Phil actually talked to Howie. There was pictures on Twitter of him talking to him on his phone. Yeah, I
didn't hear this at all. So
Phil, let me know if I'm wrong. No, Phil, let me know if I'm wrong because I don't think I am. I think you were actually talking to Howie.
We have to get Phil on here to tell us the story. We have to get an exclusive interview with Phil.
We gotta get that movie.
I want to know.
We gotta get that movie going.
I want to know it. Chris guy, he didn't burn Slay. He did burn Bradbury on that one touchdown. I guess he props on that one. See, he's a great wide receiver. He's a good wide receiver. He's good, but you got to be able to know that he's really their only threat. Oh, thank you for super chat. He goes, you think our cornerbacks have to step up, especially playoffs? I think so. I think Slay does. I think Slay has been. I'm not be honest. I don't think he's been lights out for the last month.
He's really been funny, dude. He's been giving up like some easy yardage to even some either less talent at wide receiver. Like he has been looking good. I've been kind of mentioning it, but I haven't really been making a big deal about it. But Slay, I don't know what's going on. I really don't.
Yeah, I don't know either. And thank you for 03 for the super chat. T Green says 500 Joe Shakes. Eagles are still the best in the NFC right now, but my Cowboys will see your Eagles in a divisional round of playoffs. I expect it to. If Dallas doesn't play, well, see, Minnesota could lose. All right. So the way it's shaping up right now, for those that don't know, Dallas is the 5th seed. Looks like the Eagles are going to be the 1 seed. The 5th seed plays the 4th seed, which is the worst divisional team. If you look at the division, the NFC South, somebody has to make the playoffs from that division. That division's total crap. So whoever Dallas plays in the NFC South, they should win. Now, if Minnesota wins and the Niners win, the Eagles would play Dallas in the second round of playoffs. So the Eagles, I would say probably 85% chance they're going to play Dallas. Unless Dallas chokes and loses to like Tom Brady or something in the playoffs, which it could totally happen.
Yeah,
but I think the Eagles and Dallas are on course for round 3 of this thing, man. I do. David Wiley, David super chat. He goes, "How does it feel being Joe Booth's son?" I'm not his son, so I'm not. The voodoo doll is not my father. Mitch says, "My friend always takes the 10-point home dog for betting. He is 3 out of 4 this year, and he is up about 2,500 when doing it. All I'm saying is the Cowboys are 10-point road favorites. They're 10-point favorites, huh? Holy crap! Interesting.
For the whole thing.
So he's saying, he's saying they're 10-point favorites versus Titans, and you always take the 10 points to the road. So you're saying Titans are going to win? I will say that Thursday night football can be a little funny sometimes.
Technically a short week, right?
Yeah, short week.
Right.
And they've already played. Dallas has already played on Thursday. Connor says, Philly 500, is Chauncey Gardner-Johnson playing this week? He has not been activated as of right now. I would not expect him to be activated till tomorrow. Usually they've been activating the guys off the 21 onto the 21-day window on Wednesday. So I think he'll be active. I think he'll be activated tomorrow. I don't know if he's going to play though. That we don't know.
They have to do a bunch of tests this week on him, see what's going on with that lacerated kidney. So we'll find out.
We need him though, and it looks like when he comes back, it looks like he's got to play He's going to have to play slot corner. We need a slot corner because Maddox is going to be out for a while.
Well, as of right now, so if Chauncey Gardner-Johnson does not return, there has, obviously you have Crevan LeBlanc that's still a free agent right now saying he's healthy, he's ready to go. He's been tweeting at the Eagles fans and stuff this whole week. Not saying he's the answer, but it's better than nothing. Knows the team, knows some of the players, and could play the nickel if he could, if he could just jump in. Even Rappaport did tweet out if Chauncey Gardner does, is active this week, he will be at the nickel. There's no doubt. He played most of that position when he was with the Saints. So
that's
a couple options they have.
Yeah, Matt Weeks, welcome to Dingbat Nation, buddy. Thank you for joining. Appreciate it. I think they join you or me. I get
who?
Matt. Weeks.
Thank you for joining the Shake Squad Captain tier. Thank you so much, man. Yeah, no, I don't even do it. It's not even popping up. You're seeing it. I'm not seeing it. Maybe that's weird. Thank you, Matt.
Yeah, it's weird. AJ Doodoo Brown sucks. What the heck? Boys have 5 Super Bowls. What are you talking about? Like 30-something years ago. I mean, how long are we going to talk about it? How long in the past do we have to go? Chris Scott says, where's the best team in the NFC? If healthy, we're going to dominate in these playoffs. I'm telling you, we're going to feast. I think the Eagles are the best team in the conference. But you got to have home field. I think home field is part of the whole conversation, And the other thing, with beating New Orleans this week isn't just for the home field, but that's a draft pick. That's a first-round pick, okay?
Yeah.
If they win a division, they're picking like 19, 20, something up there instead of top 10. So we do not want the Saints to win. We got to beat the Saints for multiple reasons,
Yeah. No doubt.
So, yeah. Let me see. I don't know why Cowboys thinking they should be leading Super Bowl talks. I really don't get it. They're going to have to go on the road to win, so they're going to have to beat us on the road. If they beat us, if they beat us.
Right.
I don't think they can beat us. I don't know if they can get out of the first round. MJ Holmes says, Slay is probably rusty. He hasn't had any quarterbacks try him in like a month. Washington tried him quite a bit with McLaurin. They were running those slant routes, and he was getting beat on those. They played him
8 to 10 yards off, though.
He was pissed off at Josiah Scott, dude. Like he was pissed off at Scott for being late to get there,
But that Washington game, they played him off. Like they didn't play him man to man. Like they had him they had him react the whole game. Like you're gonna get beat regardless when you have a guy going 100% speed at you, especially one of the top receivers in the league. I mean, I don't know how you expect them to win that matchup.
I don't know. If I'm playing and I'm in the first half of the game, I'm in the second quarter, and you got a quarterback and he's 10 of 11, 11 of 11, 12 of 12. I'm going to start to do some things, bring some blitzes, do something to try to get him off his game. To have Prescott going to half it, 16 for 18 is to me unacceptable. It's unacceptable. You can't allow that. Now they did start getting pressure on him later in the second half. I thought they were much better, but then you had the offensive mistakes with the fumbles and stuff. You can't do that,
No.
Philly D says the Lane Johnson injury is not good. Seems when he misses games, the line suffers bad. Yeah, I mean, he's a big loss, no doubt about it. That's why you have to win this week. You have to win this week and get that bye week, and then you rest during the Giants game. If the Eagles win this week, Joey, I'm not playing them. I'm not playing any of my starters for the Giants.
No way, no.
I'm taking 2 weeks off to rest.
You talked about Lane Johnson, right? So you don't get this bye. He's not playing in that first playoff game. If you don't get that first seed, he's not playing. If you get the first seed, there's a huge chance Lane could play that week. I think he will. I think it's like 4 weeks. It's a 4-week injury. I think he'll be good by that time. So
you wouldn't play. Let's say you win, you wouldn't play next week against the Giants. Mm-hmm. Then you'd get the next week off for the bye. It'd be like 3 weeks. You'd have literally 3 weeks to be ready. The AG Eagle says, fellas, to be honest, my biggest fear is the rust. Yeah, I get it, but you know what? Like for the last 2 years, I've bitched, and we both have, about they don't play their starters. They don't give them any snaps in preseason at all. They don't give them any snaps, and then they come out the first game of the season. and they look sharp and they look great. So I mean, I'm not going to worry about it. That's how I look at it.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, it seems like these guys, they don't have to play a lot, and they're fine. I think they'll be fine.
I think the coaching staff needs a breather. I think the players need a breather. I think there's got to be a time to really collect everything that they've been going through this whole season and really get ready for this first playoff game. So I think that's what's going to be really important. With that extra week off, I think will be very important. So,
yeah. Service Dog says, I love all the trolls in here. The thing is you got to allow the trolls, see, because what they're doing is they're setting everything up for the next game. When Dallas falls and they choke or they lose the Eagles, which will probably happen if they get to the second round playoffs, it's going to be fun to watch their reaction as they go quiet, as they go real quiet. It's always worth it. To me, it's worth it, Lane got injured in both Cowboys games. Time to retire? No. Not time to retire. That's ridiculous. I'm a troll, by the way, Philly. Haha, it's fun in games. Yeah, I know. Joe Eagle says, 2017, we lost Peters. Lane is great, but a lot of Dillon and Driscoll can suffice. I think they'll be okay. Listen, all we need is to win this one game without Lane, get the home field, and then he should be back they think he's going to be back for the playoffs. What more can you ask for? Now, Avante Maddox is going to be gone. So we're going to have to that's where I'm more worried about. What are you going to do at slot corner? I think you have to put Chauncey Gardner-Johnson out there in the slot. You let Reed and then Epps play safety, And they got what's his face back, right?
Who?
Oh God, why is his name slipping my mind? The safety. Why can't I think of his name?
Kavon?
No, they just signed him back.
Anthony Harris. Anthony Harris. Right.
Harris, yeah.
I totally forgot. I totally forgot.
Yeah, so they got him too. Chris Scott says, when Lane got injured, it'll be 4 weeks since he got injured till our playoff game. If we get the bye, he got hurt in Dallas. Okay, so yeah, that's true. He got hurt in Dallas, so he's not playing this week. Then he wouldn't play versus the Giants. Then he wouldn't play because of the bye week. So it'll be 4 weeks. Yeah, he should be back and ready to go.
Yeah.
I think that's the way. That's my biggest concern is the corner. Blankenship is fine at safety. Gardner-Johnson on slot for sure. Yeah. I think that's the best. I think that's the best way to do it. Hey, Cowboy fans, I got a question for. Are you even thinking about the playoffs? Are you even concerning yourself with the playoffs, or are you just thinking you just won the Super Bowl? They literally think they won a Super Bowl. You beat us. Congratulations. I don't know how many more times we can say it, but we got to get ready for the playoffs now. We've got work to do.
Exactly.
This is why the Cowboys don't win Super Bowls. This is why they haven't won 30 years, because they can't stop living in the past. Philly D says, we've seen Mulata go to right tackle and Dillard to left, says Lane. If Lane's not come back, I don't want to do that. There's been talk of people. If you move Jordan Mulata to left to right tackle, and then it takes some time to adjust, then you could potentially have two problems at both tackle spots. So I wouldn't do that.
No way. Not happening.
Yeah. Did we sign Strap? No, we haven't signed him back. Not yet. He wants to come. He made some comments, but I don't think the Eagles have shown any interest. Have you heard anything about?
No,
about
nothing.
That?
LeBlanc is just tweeting at the Eagles, but there has been nothing on. There's been absolutely nothing on him signing. No,
I don't think he's coming back either. NFL Talk. He says, "Did you see that tight end Blake Jarwin's trying out?" Yeah. So I don't know if you heard this. Blake Jarwin tried out for the Eagles. Had a workout with the Eagles today. What are you thinking? What's your thinking there at the second tight end position?
The Tyree Jackson replacement, since Tyree Jackson's on IR, I guess.
What's wrong with him? Is it
he's on IR? I don't even know what the injury is. To be honest.
I think
he's hurt again.
Stashing him for the year, but they still have Stoll. They have Calcaterra. So to bring in Jarwin, to me, it sounds like they want a veteran presence at tight end going into the playoffs.
Yeah,
that's what I'm thinking.
If he stay healthy, if he could stay healthy, yeah.
Yeah. Goer says, look at these fools. They really think the Cowboys are going to be the number 1 seed. That will never happen. The number 1 seed? The Cowboys would need so much to happen for the number 1 seed, right? The Eagles would have to lose out. I think Minnesota probably would have to lose out. The 49ers would probably have to lose out. And
too much.
And they would have to win the rest of the games. It ain't happening. The Eagles are going to lock up home field Sunday afternoon. Sunday afternoon, we'll be talking about sitting our players next week versus the Giants. And the Giants are probably going to sit their players if they get in. Now, we're in a situation where we could have all 4 division teams in the playoffs, dude. That's crazy. Right. I don't think that's ever happened, you know?
I don't think so.
This is why we torch Cowboy fans when they lose. I can't wait until the playoffs to see them cry. I get it. Believe me, I get it. I just don't. Like, I understand the first night you want to rub it in, ha, ha, ha. But now it's like Tuesday. You're playing in 2 days. And you're talking about the Eagles game still. It's like, dude.
I know. Priorities, bro.
You take over first place. You got to win. Go Birds 500. The Cowboys defense is struggling big time. It's going to cost them a game. Listen, the Eagles offensively had no problem moving the ball in that Dallas defense. And if you add Jalen Hurts to the mix, there's at least 2 touchdowns more they would have had in that game. There was a pass to Quez Watkins right over the middle. He just missed the throw. It was a walk-in touchdown for Quez. And then did you see Gardner Minshew run? I've never seen a guy run. He's running. He's taking like 1,000 steps. He's taking all these steps. He's running. And then I look, he's like going a half yard. Like, how can he take that many steps and only have gone a half a yard? There were a couple times he ran, especially early on. There was a 3rd and goal where he ran. If that's Hurts, he walks right in. But he's slow. He's a lot slower than I thought he was.
Yeah, right.
And he gets rattled. He gets rattled too, man. There was one play. There's one series where he threw literally the ball out of bounds 3 straight passes because of the pressure. He just kept throwing it out of bounds, throwing it out of bounds, throwing it out of bounds. I mean, he was fine for backup, but I don't know how anybody thinks he's a franchise starting quarterback in this league. I don't get it. You know. One sick fuck. He says, Joey and Philly, favorite all-time Eagle. Thank you for super chat. I'll answer for mine's Reggie White. Reggie White's my all-time favorite Eagle.
Yeah, Deshaun Jackson's been mine for years. The best deep threat in history, man.
Yep. Thank you for super chat. Philly Eagles fan base network says big incentive to win this next game, fighting for a draft spot and home field. Yeah, it's big time because if you beat New Orleans, you probably kill their chances of winning the division. So then now you're looking at somewhere in the top 10. Right now we're picking number 10. I'd like to get that to like 7 or 8. You know, but
what's your take on the Quez Watkins situation and the second pick, like the second interception? Do you think he needs to attack the ball more? Do you blame more on Minshew the first or the second pass? Like, what did you see from both of those interceptions?
I mean, honestly, I'm not going to complain. I don't want to complain about the rest of it doing that, but that was pass interference on that first one. 2 was tackled. But I thought the second one, he's just getting out muscled. He's got to get stronger. You can't get out muscled like that. The dude literally just stripped the ball right from him. You can't allow that to happen. So I think he's got to get stronger, you know. I thought that in that situation, I'm surprised we didn't see more Pascal on like those 3rd down situations. But I mean, I like Quez, but he's got to be stronger than that. Dude. You can't allow a guy to rip the ball out like that, man. You know. Anton, thank you for super chat. He goes, Sanders plays run downs. Gainwell plays pass downs. Without Hurts being there as your 3rd running back, your threat, the defense could easily predict our plays. Well, I mean, you still put 34 points up, you know. But I would say this. I do think you're right in that, you know, when Miles is in there, they're not throwing to him. He's either going to run it or it's a passing play and he's going to stay in the block. I would like to see Miles on 3rd down. I don't understand why Gainwell's your 3rd down back. I don't get it. I don't understand why you take a 1,000-yard back off the field on 3rd down.
I don't get it. You know, I don't get it.
Yeah. So thank you though, for the super chat, man. Justin says, so Philly loses to 11-14 with their backup, and Dallas loses a 7-8 Jags team this week, the week before, and now Philly's rattled. Yeah, I don't know, man. See, it would have been a lot more interesting and an interesting conversation if they would have beat the Jaguars, because they would have been one game out with 2 games left to play, and you possibly don't have your starting quarterback. That's interesting drama. But now it's like you just got to win 1 or 2. It don't even matter. So Dallas is going to be the 5th seed. They're probably going to play the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They've never beat Brady. And if they're lucky, they'll play somebody like Carolina instead. But either way, they should win that game. David Hammond, thank you for super chat, my man. He goes, yo, 500, man. They keep talking about this 40 burger, and they'd be the first one kicked out of the first round. Build revenue, not championships. Happy birthday, Jerry. Yes, happy birthday, Jerry Jones. He turned 1,301 years old today. So happy birthday to him. And I agree with you. Yeah, the 40 burger thing's supposed to be offensive. Like, it's supposed to hurt our feelings. Dude.
Down by 6.
You only won by 6 points. You only won by 6 points. It's crazy, dude. They're insane because they know that this thing is a wrap. Right. They're going to have to go play. They should be worried about Tom Brady. They literally have never beaten Tom Brady in their career. They never have done it,
Same thing with Aaron. What was it? Aaron Rodgers. The same. It was almost the same thing, man.
Yeah. These dudes could have never played football in their life. I find it funny how people talk shit like they're part of the Eagles team or could have. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. Joey played football. I played football.
Yeah, I played.
But to say that you can't have an opinion if you don't play for the Eagles, I mean that's stupid. Scary, big delusional Mark Holmes would love his minions to believe Minshew ran the offense better. Why are they saying that?
Because of the passing yards.
You also heard. Minshew proved that it's a system, not the quarterback. I'm like, dude, he was not as good as Jalen Hurts was.
But look how much but with turnovers, like he threw that much yards and still had 4 turnovers and lost that game. Like, that running ability is a huge mismatch with this offense.
It is. But I think if Hurts plays that game, I think he has just as much yards passing. There's nothing in Minshew's passing game that makes me go, oh wow, he's better passing than Hurts. No. I don't even think he has a better arm. I don't, and he can't move. Like I said, he's running like 1,000 steps. And he's gone a half a yard. I'm going, the guy ran half a yard. I thought he was 5 yards down the field. It's crazy. Joe Higashi, legit, like he said, Reggie White is the GOAT. Absolutely. I agree. T. Green says 500 and Joey Shakes. Let's give a round of applause for the NFC East division. Went from worst to the best division in football. I'll do that. I'll give it to him because you're going to have all the teams in the playoffs probably. Lions Den says Cowgirls fans worried about the Tennessee Titans. Yeah, they should be worried about Tennessee, and they think they're great. And I'm telling you, the Cowboy players are the same way. They're going to come and struggle versus Tennessee. You watch. They're going to struggle. 500 Shakes, living in Texas, tell me this was their Super Bowl. Pound fact. They have 0 ambitions to advance in the playoffs. I don't even hear them talking about the playoffs. Never. All I hear them talking about is the Eagles game. It's like, okay, congratulations. I don't know what to tell you, Yeah, now if Dallas loses Tennessee, we clinch. No, we don't. I don't think we clinched the number 1 seed. Division. Because Minnesota still could get it. You clinched the division, though. You need one more win to clinch the whatchamacallit. And I think the logic is, I don't know what it is. I don't know why that is, but I'd have to look at this thing. But apparently they need one more win to clinch the.
I have it right here.
Conference.
I have it right here if you want me to.
Seed. Yeah. What is it?
You want me to read it? So hold on. So to win, so you want to talk about the first round bye? What they need for the first round bye?
First round bye, and then the division if you have it.
All right, for the division, so 1 is a Philly win or tie. 2 is a Dallas loss or tie. That's for the division.
Right.
First seed is Philly win, Philly tie, and Minnesota loss or tie, or Dallas loss or tie, and Minnesota loss, and San Francisco loss or tie. Just win the damn game.
Win. Just win, and you're okay. It makes it easier. Yeah. Dave for Super J goes, Cowboy fans are bragging like it's 1995. I know they are. I know. Let them enjoy it because the playoffs are coming. I said to Cowboy fans, I said, so what do you think about the fifth seed? What's the fifth seed? Like, who do you think of playoffs? Who are you going to play in playoffs? Oh, we're going to have a bye week. Oh, what? You're going to have a bye week? How are you going to get a bye week? Oh, yeah, we beat the Eagles. I'm like, dude, forget this shit. They don't know what we're talking about.
We're done.
They're totally gone. Wesley Rock guarantee will disappear for a week if the Eagles clinch at all. He'll definitely disappear. Philly 5 on Joe Shakes. Let's give a round of applause. Oh, we did that already. Let's catch up. Cowboys. Now you all beat us. Stop hating. We lose to everybody, but you guys, you did lose to us. They did lose to us earlier in the year. What is he talking about? I don't. They don't even acknowledge the first game. The first game never happened. I think it's interesting if you look at the first couple games. They played both games. They played Dallas. They had no problem moving the ball in their defense. So their defense is not that good. No, what was so funny? Let me see here. I'm delusional. How the hell could I be delusional? When was the last time the Cowgirls have been to conference championship game? Oh, 1990s. It's been the 90s. Geez. You know? I mean, the Cowboys should feel really good about themselves. They're going to get the fifth seed, and they're going to play probably in Tampa Bay to a team that's really not that good. That's a very good situation for them. They're basically giving the Cowboys a pass round one. You better not lose.
True.
You better not lose. Yeah, they act like the first game never happened. Let's see. Y'all lost Dallas week. We all lost Dallas week. Darius Slade just filed a restraining order against CeeDee Lamb after he was abused. Unfortunately, Slade wasn't on CeeDee Lamb. That's the sad thing about it, you know. Cowboys could lose to Tampa or Carolina. Cowboys will play down their level. Maybe. Now, I watched Did you watch the Tampa game the other night?
I did not.
They were horrible. No. It was horrible. They look horrible. I don't see how they beat anybody but it's it's always possible.
Right.
They have Tom Brady, but Tom Brady don't look great. They don't look good. Aqua T David Super J goes, hey Philly and hey Joey 500. Who is your favorite and or best quarterback to ever play for the Eagles? Love the content. My favorite is Randall Cunningham. Randall Cunningham is my all-time favorite quarterback to ever play football. I'm not saying he's the best, but he's my all-time personal favorite.
Yeah, you're the faces of McNabb for a long time. I loved McNabb. Obviously, I was born in the 1990s, so I wish I can go back further, but McNabb was my dude.
Yeah. So that would be our answer. And thank you for Super Chat. NFL Talk says, do we still have Trey Sermon? If so, he doesn't even they don't even dress Trey Sermon.
We get this question every week, and it's like, we're not going to use Trey Sermon. It's not going to happen.
I don't know.
It's done. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, it's crazy. It really is crazy. Now, the one thing we did have, in that game was we had some players get, do some things individually, like Devontae Smith is now over 1,000 yards, right? So he's 1,000 yards. And then you have Josh Sweat went over 10 sacks. I think he's got 11 sacks now. And then you have Brandon Graham. I think he's he's got to be a half a sack or a sack away from double-digit sacks himself for the first time in his career.
Yeah.
Reverend Bebop said, I think the Lions beat out the Commanders for the 7th seed. Cowboys beat Tampa. Lions beat Minnesota. Cowboys will have to play the Niners. It's over. That's checkmate.
Yeah,
if that happens, and it could, because I could see the Minnesota Vikings losing in the first round playoff. That's typical Kirk Cousins. So if that happens and the Eagles have to play the Lions, that may be a tougher game than people think because Lions are scrappy. Will win, but if Dallas has to go to the Niners, it's lights out. It's good night. It's over. They got no shot. No shot. Yo, Philly Minshew played pretty good for a backup, but Josiah Scott should never touch the field again. Yeah, I mean, we talked about Josiah Scott was horrible. Horrible.
How did we survive with him playing like all those games? I don't know how we survived with him.
Yeah, I don't know. Eagles Nation says they're not winning against Brady at Tampa. Mark my words. Well, to me, that would be a major choke job. If you lose to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and if they lost to them, that would be a major choke. I would love it. I could use that all season. Scratchy says 3 playoff wins in 27 years. On average, that's a playoff win every 9 years. Yeah. It's not been good, but we'll see. We'll see how it works out. MJ Holmes says, I do not want to play the Lions in the playoffs. That blitz they was sending was wild. They're scrappy. They are scrappy.
No, they are.
You know what I want to do is I want to go check out this. I want to see the playoff seeding right now. If you don't mind, I'm just curious.
Good.
Let me see here because this is interesting. So Dallas has pretty much got the 5th seed locked in. So you got the Eagles the 1 seed. They're 13-2. You have Minnesota 12-3. Niners are 11-4. And you have the Buccaneers. They're the 4th seed and they're 7-8. All right, 7-8. And then when you look at it, right, you have the Carolina and New Orleans are both 6-9 and they're 1 game out. Any of those 3 teams can win this division.
That's crazy.
Those teams will play Dallas at home. They'll get to play Dallas at home. But I don't see how any of those teams beat Dallas. Now, Minnesota would have to play right now. Minnesota would play Washington. So Washington would play Minnesota. I think Washington can win that game. And then the Giants would play the Niners. And the Giants don't have a chance, if you ask me. So the way it's lining up, Dallas is going to play the NFC South, and they're most likely going to play the Eagles. So we're going to play Dallas again. So they better enjoy it while they can because your days are numbered. You guys barely beat us with our backup. Oh, God. Diggs is in the Pro Bowl. Every cornerback has a bad game. Yeah. Nick Foles has more playoff wins than Dak and Romo combined in their careers. How about that?
That's crazy, right?
Yeah, it is. If the Cowboys lose or tie, Eagles win the East on Thursday night. If the Eagles win or tie, the Eagles win the East and first overall seed. Correct. That's correct. That's why we're going to be. That's why I will be streaming that Dallas game because just in case they take the giant choke job, if that happens, we're going to be here for it. Tortyville says, don't forget years ago the Saints were better than Seattle, but they had to go on the road to play Seattle, who was below. Oh my gosh, I remember that.
Oh.
You remember that? Seattle went beast mode over there. Yeah, Lynch went nuts, and they won, and they were like under 500. Yeah, that's true. You never know. You never know. Well, that would be a hilarious way to go out for Dallas. I think it would be hilarious. Brady has never lost to the Cowboys, Andy. So he might beat them. JM, Dave for Super Chat goes, literally the worst case scenario is playing out right now for Philly. This is the worst time to have debilitating injuries and a bad coaching. Well, they've had Jonathan Gannon all year, if that's who we're referring to. But as far as the injuries goes, I think the Lane one looks like we're going to get him back for the playoffs. That's big. Avonte Maddox, yeah, that sucks. We are getting Chauncey Gardner-Johnson back soon. That's a big time. So hopefully that's it. We're done with these injuries.
Yeah, one more game. That's it.
Brandon says Philly's defense isn't forcing turnovers anymore because of how conservative the approach by Gannon is. With Hurts not fully healthy, Gannon's failures can't be covered up anymore. I agree. I agree. I agree. But hopefully Hurts will be back. Do you think? I know he's going to want to play. I know he's going to want to play. The question is will he? Do you think they'll push him to play?
I do not know. I really don't. Like, there's no background information on the shoulder, or we haven't seen him throw the football on video. I think that's one we haven't even seen him throw the football yet, or at least getting him ready, or him just doing something at the NovaCare. I don't care what it is. Haven't seen any of that. So it makes you kind of think like maybe they're just gonna just keep the Saints on their heels right now with which quarterback to really get ready for, and we're gonna find out.
Yeah. Sister Nat says, yo, sorry I'm late. Just got back from an Italian dinner. What's up, everyone? What's going on, man? Don't apologize coming back from an Italian dinner. No problem. You know? Who y'all think's going to win, Bills or Bengals? Mm-hmm. I'm going to go I'm going to go Bills. I still think the Bills are the I don't know. I guess they're the best team in the AFC. But I think Kansas City's the best team in the AFC, you know.
I think so too.
So the question is, and I'm trying to look here to see. I'm trying to see, do they have home field clinched? That's what I want to see. Clinch. Let me see.
Do they?
So they clinched. Buffalo has. No, they've clinched the division and a playoff spot. So yeah. So listen. Home field, that's a great game. My God. That's really a great game. So that could be for home field advantage.
Wow.
I'm going to go Bills, but Bengals start off really looking bad this year. And they've turned it around. And they're a team that you know what? They've gone to the Super Bowl before. So you can't write them off. You just can't. And if they can get home field, that boy Q5, he said, David Super J goes, I'm not worried about Dallas in the offs because Dallas is the type of team to pull all their chips into that game. Oh, yeah. And if you listen to the interviews by the players and stuff, they're all joking around, having fun. They act like they won a Super Bowl. Fans are acting like they won a Super Bowl. Question is will they be ready for Thursday? Typically, Dallas plays down their competition. Typically, Dallas does this all the time. They feel themselves. They think they're better than they are. And then they choke. Jam David Super Chat goes, clinch or not, this ain't good for the playoffs. What isn't? The injuries? No, injuries are never good. But you're going to have them. I mean, to me, if I could get Lane Johnson back, that's the big one. I need Lane Johnson back. I need Hurts healthy. If I get that, I think we'll be okay. 500 Jerry is having mandatory Heimlich maneuver training for all his staff because the choke boy season is upon us. Absolutely. You ain't kidding. And we got 574 people in the chat on both channels. Thank you guys so much for being here. If you're new to the channel, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. And if you're on my channel, click the link in the description. If you haven't, and go sub up my man, Joey Shakes. You won't regret it. No word on Hurts starting. I believe tomorrow is Wednesday. We'll start. I think they do like a walkthrough on Wednesdays. So I think we'll probably start to hear about certain things. First thing I'm looking to hear is that Chauncey Gardner-Johnson gets activated from the to the 21-day window. So we'll see that. Rick says, look at handsome 500. Love the Tony Soprano look. Thanks.
Where's the gabagool? Yeah.
I love it. Lane Johnson is done for the year. Stop being. Well, no, he's not. He's done for the regular season. They expect him to play in the playoffs. Did you not read it? No. Cowboy fans just make up their own news.
Because he thought Slay was on CeeDee Lamb earlier, so obviously he doesn't watch any football at all. So
no, he's not. He's supposed to be back for the playoffs. All right, so Vic Fangio, already a consultant for Philly, if he was running the defense, Philly defense will be far better. I agree with you. Which leads us into the Vic Fangio segue. You probably know more about this than me. What have you heard about this whole Vic Fangio situation?
So it looks like Sean Payton is getting back into coaching next year. So Nathaniel Hackett was fired from the Denver Broncos, and it looks like the rumor is that He is probably going to the Denver Broncos as the head coach. That's the rumor right now. So he's putting a team together of coaches, and his first defensive coordinator on Sean Payton's list is Vic Fangio. So the Eagles potentially, after losing both their coordinators, could lose Vic Fangio as well. So how do you feel about that? And I guess we're just going to have to find out who's going to be available after this year.
Well, here's what I'll say. If it's a defensive coordinator position that he's going to give him, and if Fangio knows that he's waiting in the wings to take the Eagles defensive coordinator spot next year, he may not go with Sean Payton because he's a local guy. He may want to stay local. And, if he's getting the same position, I think we got a chance to keep him. If he's just a consultant, then, of course, he's going to go. And then we're going to have to find somebody else. But I think Gannon's gone. I think Gannon's going to be a coach somewhere. So we'll see.
What?
What'd you say? What's that?
I said, what'd you say? Gannon's going to be a head coach? Can you imagine that, though? That's crazy.
Yeah, I think so. Reverend Bebop says, I was reading that Dan Quinn is primed for the Broncos head coaching job. Interesting. They're a mess. That team's a mess. How many first-round picks did they give up for Russell Wilson?
2 first, 2 seconds. I don't know, a couple mid-round picks and 3 players. I think I don't even know. He gets a lot.
Yeah,
that's a mess.
It's crazy. Tigran's Philly 500 Joey Shakes. I'm a Cowboys fan. And if we lose to your Eagles in the divisional round, congratulations to your team and good luck versus Cincinnati Bengals in the Super Bowl. So you think it would be the Bengals in the Super Bowl? Interesting. It could be. I think Kansas City, Buffalo, and Cincinnati all could get there. I could see all 3 of those teams making it. The real fan says, question for both of you. Do you want to see the Cowboys in the playoffs? I kind of do. Yeah. I kind of do. I want to knock them out of playoffs. Yeah. Part of me does. Now, I'm not going to – if they're playing Tampa Bay, I'm not going to root for them to win. I can't root for them. But I would love to end their season. I'd love to get them a third time with Hurts. And they have Dak. And then just go out and beat the crap out of them and put them and send them back to Dallas. That would be the greatest thing. And even then, you'll say, well, we beat you in the playoffs. This is what they'll say. Well, you beat us the first game with a backup quarterback. So it don't count, right? That's exactly what they'll say. Like, it's funny because right now, they keep telling me that we beat them with a backup. But we are not allowed to respond the same way. You cannot respond the same way or you're just making excuses. But they have no problem doing it. Such hypocrites. Smitty Eagle says, I see all the hate in the chat, but I think you guys did Saturday affected what the Eagles have going on. We just keep the main thing the main thing. What do you mean? But the thing you guys did Saturday affected what the Eagles have going on? Well, what do you mean? We affected what the Eagles did? I don't think
for our team to win
anything. I don't think we can affect anything that happens on the field. No. We're just fans rooting. We're not playing. We can't affect the game. We like to think we can, but we can't.
Right.
I don't know what we did Saturday. It was Christmas Eve. We just streamed, and then that was it. I did a quick video congratulating Dallas, and I was off drinking eggnog. I still haven't recovered from it yet. One game away from the number 1 seed, and we have a lousy, no-good defensive coordinator that needs to go. His top 10 defense, leading sacks, turnover yards, points scored against, just not good enough. Laugh out loud. It's funny that he leads in all those categories, and yet people still don't like him. That's really something. I think that for as many good statistics as they put up, I think they could be even better if they played a different style. Like I said about Jonathan Gannon, I don't think he's a bad coach. I don't think he's a dumb coach. I don't hate him. I'm not the biggest fan of the scheme. I just don't like the scheme.
I mean, we weren't really complaining before the Cowboys game. We saw a turnaround with this defense after we didn't know if it was Marcus Brady coming here. There was definitely a turnaround or something changed that we don't know about. Definitely something happened.
I don't even blame him for the 3rd and 30 because to me, that's the players on the field can't allow that to happen.
Yeah, right.
You know, but the things that what drives me nuts is you see CeeDee Lamb's tearing up Josiah Scott, and they're throwing to him every chance they get, and there's no adjustment made. You know, Dak is 16 to 18 in the first half. I think you need to try to bring pressure at some point. I think they're late to do that. Sometimes he's just, I think, late to adjust to things that we see way earlier.
Well, even
And
the
then when he
touchdown.
adjusts, they do a good job.
Well, even defensively, what is going on? Like, why is every time we're in zone and we give up, like, we've given up free touchdowns in zone, I don't know how many times this year, where there's miscommunication. Like, what is going on with these players in this soft zone coverage where they're letting these receivers free release off the line? They're barely even tapping them off the line. They're getting by our secondary, and like CeeDee Lamb had a free touchdown. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous, man. Like, I don't know why it happened.
Why is it every time we're up double digits, every time we go up double digits, the team who we're playing immediately goes down the field and scores? Immediately.
Yeah.
You know how many times this year we've seen it where we take a big lead and then immediately they come back and score us? It's like, why? What is going on? Don't take your foot off the gas.
Yeah, right.
I mainly talk about the chat, guys. We agree with the philosophy, but I'm talk about final results. Yeah, no, I get
Agreed.
it. His test, Gannon's test, and his philosophy and his defense, all of it. We could look at the numbers, but all of it's coming down to the playoffs. Is that defense going to hold up in the playoffs? Going to make plays? That's what it comes down to. So we're going to find out. Just like the offense, just like Jalen Hurts, right? The next step we talk about Jalen Hurts is he's got to perform in the playoffs. That's what we're waiting for.
Right.
So
right.
We'll see. Brandon says, I came to the conclusion about Gannon after the Raiders game against average their car. He allowed Carter to complete 90% of his passes the entire game. It was the same shit start again this year against Detroit. Yeah, he does that a lot. I just don't understand the philosophy. Melodia says, hey, Philly, I really hope they rest Jalen one more week. What do you think? I got a feeling, if I had to guess, I guess that Jalen Hurts is going to want to press really hard to play, and they're not going to let him. But they're not going to tell us till the last minute.
Can Minshew get it done against the Saints? Can he get it done?
Yes.
In all honesty, can he get it done?
Yeah.
Like, that's the question, dude. Like, because I thought he was rattled a little bit. I thought it's his first game of this. I could tell he was rattled. I could tell he was nervous. I could tell there was a lot on the line. And he's just getting thrown into this game with 3 days of practice. Like, I don't blame him for that. Like, I get it, but
he was rattled. There was a couple series where he was like literally just throwing the ball away every play. It was like nothing was there.
Even that, what was it, the fourth quarter drive when he threw it out of bounds he threw it out of bounds 3 times. Like, not even like, as soon as he had a little bit of pressure, he just threw it out of bounds. Like, that just really bothered me. Just bothered me a little bit. Just trying not to make something happen.
Yeah. I was surprised on the one on the last series when, like, I had no problem with them spiking the ball to stop the clock, to keep the timeout. I'm just surprised they didn't run I thought they would run like a draw, like on second down or something, because that whole middle of the field was open and you had that one timeout left. I think they could have snuck something off there. Pause, but they didn't. I thought, I look, Minshew, I think he's good enough to beat the Saints,
Okay.
But really, to be honest, the Saints, the defense got to shut them down. Andy Dalton shouldn't come in there and be able to put up numbers against us. Even Hill, this should not happen.
No.
They should struggle to score, and we should beat them. And I think we're going to beat them. I think we're going to beat them pretty handedly. I think we'll have our starters out of this game in the fourth quarter. I think it's going to be a beatdown, to be honest with you.
Here's
and
what
then everything is fine. We're back.
Here's what I don't get. What I don't get is, why did the defense get so much? Like, I understand the defense got blamed. The 3rd and 30, yes, definitely blaming it on the players. But I'm saying this, like, you hand off to Boston Scott, or you try to, and the exchange is a fail, and you fumble the ball, giving Dallas short field. And so when the defense is put into a bad situation, and the Cowboys score, like a lot of fans were blaming the defense. Like I understand the defense technically gave up points, but you got to blame the offense for that, man. You have to blame the offense for that.
Absolutely.
You can't blame the defense for that.
No, I agree. And they were costly turnovers. The balls got, and then the Miles to fumble that ball. They were moving the ball well offensively, and they were down 3, and Miles fumbled that ball. I mean, that was big. That was big. Just can't do that. Cam King, thank you for Super Chat. He goes, Lamb or Brown? Oh, I would go A.J. Brown.
100%.
I believe that A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith are better than CeeDee Lamb. And I like CeeDee Lamb, but I think they're both better. Do you think Sanders leaves? I do think Sanders leaves next year. I do.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Mike says Steichen never catches blame all year long. He deserves some blame because some of his plays I don't like.
Those
I don't understand. Oh my God, that dude, that's so annoying.
Fucking screen passes.
Well, and he was doing, he's running a lot of RPOs with Minshew. Dude, were you really, if you're Cowboys, were you really ever worried that Minshew was going to keep the ball and run with it?
There's
Nobody
no point
was
running
ever
that play.
concerned with that. No, none at all. It made absolutely no sense to me. So there are things that he does that that definitely get on my nerves. There's no question about it. And he does deserve some blame. I agree. Matt says, hey, Phil, you realize Parsons hasn't had a sack against the Eagles ever. Yeah, I think he's got a half a sack, right? Something like that.
Yeah, he has a half.
All of a sudden, Reddick has more sacks than him now. Reddick's got 14 sacks. Parsons got 13. So, Reddick is a beast, man,
Beast.
But the offense, listen, there's a lot of blame on this whole game to go around. There just was, so it is what it is. But at the end of the day, it comes down to one thing. You got to go beat the Saints. You beat the Saints, the Dallas game is meaningless now. Doesn't matter. You're number 1 seed. You got the division, and that's all there is to it, Dallas is hoping and praying that we lose out, which is not going to happen, by the way. It's not going to happen. So It is what it is. We got 577 people in here, over an hour in. I guess that's pretty much it. We're doing this one. When's the next episode? Friday, right? We're doing it Friday?
Yeah, Friday.
Is that what we said? Yeah, so we're going to do the preview for the Saints game on Friday because Saturday is New Year's Eve. Cam King, Denver Super Chat goes, you'll have the most annoying rugby snap, Dak Hurts. Wait, what? Annoying rugby snap? Dak is better than Hurts. I don't think Dak is better than Hurts. Not this year. But I don't know, what does it mean? What's rugby snap?
I have no idea.
I don't know what that means. But thank you for Super Chat, my man. Well, is there anything you want to say before we get out here, man? I guess because we'll be back on Friday.
Yeah, it was short week. So
short week.
We'll be we'll have updates throughout the week. I mean, there's gonna be updates every day, and we're gonna get our answers by the end of the week. So I mean, we'll know what's gonna happen here, and if they sign anybody else for nickel, or Chauncey's gonna be here, Jalen Hurts is gonna be the big answer for this week. So I'm hoping I think the Eagles were the better team going to this week. I mean, we were kind of, when we played the Bears, we're kind of like the Bears. And then that game turned into what it turned into. I don't want to turn into a shootout.
No.
I really don't. In Philadelphia. I don't.
I am keeping my mouth shut this week. I am not. I talked so much crap before that Bears game, and it almost bit us in the ass. I'm shutting up, man. All I know is we just got to take care of business,
Right, that's it.
But it is what it is. But you're right. We can't overlook them. CG Davis says, what up, guys? 2 of the best. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. I mean, listen, they're fighting for division. If they win this game, they got a great chance to win the division. So we gotta take care of business, get the number 1 seed, and then when we have the number 1 seed, we can rest these guys and figure out what we have. That's the most important thing,
True.
It is what it is. All right, guys. Well, I guess we're gonna get out of here. It's 7:20 here, 10:20 where you're at. Yeah, I'm sure Joey's got a bunch of videos coming up tomorrow. I definitely do. So be looking for that. I will be streaming Thursday the Cowboys Titans, and then of course we'll have Philly Shakedown Friday. So you guys look for that. And with that said, yeah, we're gonna let you guys go. Take care. We will talk to you guys later. Of course, don't be a dingbat. Peace.
Peace.
We had one. Yo, you gotta be motherfucking kidding.
You gotta be kidding me. We have no time for one more play.
Look at this motherfucker
What are you doing?
running from
What are you doing?
Get off the field on third down.
What was that bullshit?
That is not right.
Tell him more. He's got to be better, man. He wasn't.
Oh, that's some bullshit. What was that? We had enough time for one more
We
play.
had an opportunity to win that game at the end.
But the referee screwed us.
Way, but, you know, this is just
The brother screwed us.
I'm upset, but
The brother screwed
it is what it
us.
is, man.
At least they fought back and tried.
Only Cowboys game